Okay, y'all. Well, I'm not going to be able to do the drawing today because I did at one point remind Sam yesterday, but I don't see names anywhere. And she was here off and on till like 8:30 last night, so I think she just didn't get to it before she had to leave for 3 days. So I'm sorry. The drawing for Finish It Up for October will be next week, and I'll leave a big old sticky on her desk so she remembers to get that. If not, I'll get it. But I was in class all day today, so I couldn't do it today. Finish It Up drawing will be next week. Sorry about that. But for those of you that don't know what that is, Poppy Quilt Community, if you're not in there, you should be there. We do a drawing every month for posting your beautiful projects because it helps inspire all of us to either get going or work on something or whatnot. So you can do, you post, it's on Facebook, Poppy Quilt Community. So get in there if you're not in there already, and we pull $100. Yeah, Jane, we pull $100 worth of, gift cards each month, for that. So free money for good stuff. All right, so welcome everyone. I'm Michelle, Poppy Quilt and Sew in Georgetown, Texas. This is our weekly Wednesday live. We do it every week at 4 p.m., most every week. And then every once in a while we'll throw in a different one. Quilt Social is another group that we have a group of 7 or 8 shop owners, 9, 10, 11, I don't know how many of us there are in there. And this month it's Lynetta's turn to kind of host it. And her thing was, let's give back this month. So a lot of us are doing that anyways. And I chose Quilts of Valor. So if you don't know much about Quilts of Valor, it's a national organization that awards quilts to veterans that have been touched by war. And we have a Quilts of Valor chapter here at Poppy's, run by my sister and Charlotte, and they do a lot of work, and then we have a bunch of other people helping. Of course, they couldn't do everything. And next week we will give out between 30 to 50 quilts, between a church one that we're doing, I think, Sunday, and then next week is November 11th. Well, their biggest need right now is batting. So 10% of the proceeds of tonight's live plus online orders tonight, because someone asked that was in my class today, if just regular website orders would count. Sure, yes, I will count all of those things, 10%, and really it's going to go to buy batting. We have a whole bunch of tops made and a whole bunch of backings, and they need batting to be quilted into a quilt. So that's kind of their biggest need right now, and I just want to give a shout out. I don't know if she wants to be shouted out to or not, so but one of the class people donated a whole roll of batting today, which I still tear up thinking about it. So I just can't even believe like how generous quilters are, and we really appreciate it. But we give out somewhere around the 50 number mark of quilts each year with the Quilts of Valor. So that's a lot of batting. So thank y'all for joining me today. There is going to be some patriotic stuff, but then there's going to be some other fun stuff that's not patriotic. We'll have some end of bolts like we always do. We have new thread, so I want to talk about that. I see a new puzzle. We have the quilt behind me is back in stock. It is a Shannon Cuddle one, and so it is gorgeous, and thought it would be a great backdrop for our Quilts of Valor little live here, honoring our veterans. So, all right, I'm going to start with a brand new product from, and free shipping. Oh, I totally forgot. I said it was $9.99. Everything is free shipping. Hopefully Samantha took care of it on comment sold as well. If not, we will get you credited back. But free shipping this month and next month has nothing to do with Veterans Day. But for those of our not local people, we are shipping for free for the next 2 months as kind of our thank you back for supporting us online, because your support online means we can buy more fabric for all of us local to come in and touch. So we really appreciate it, those of us local. And so free shipping tonight, no matter the purchase price. And I do not know where Brazoria is, Tony. But it looks like we've got people from Ohio and Liberty Hill and Colleen and just right here, very local, and Connecticut. So welcome, Pittsburgh. We've got Pittsburgh's in the house. So welcome, everyone. Say hi if you're on. If you haven't commented on today's post, I will be drawing a $10 comment sold cash prize at the end of and you have to be present to win. So go comment on today's Facebook post on our regular Poppy page, because that just helps our algorithms and keep active, etc. South of Houston. All right, perfect. Missouri's on. North Dakota. Woohoo! Okay, so there's a brand new product from Cuddle. So Cuddle is Minky, but Minky is kind of like the tissue Kleenex name. Minky's like the generic name, like tissue, whatever. Cuddle is what Shannon calls it, and that's what we carry here. For the most part, there are some other Cuddles we have, like the Tula is made by Jaftex. It's not made by Shannon. It's not actually made by Jaftex. They have someone do it, but there's a few of our Cuddle Minky, or not Cuddle, sorry, they're not called Cuddle at that time. That would be a wrong thing to say. Minkies that are not Cuddle, but for the most part, most of ours is Cuddle, made by Shannon. And they have a brand new product, and the only way they could bring this to market is to have it done in pre-cuts, because it will not wind and stay on a bolt right. But we now have, I'm so excited about this, we have 108-inch Minky. So they've started with like a handful of colors, and that's what I'm going to show you first, is the 3-yard Cuddle cut. So they're cutting it in 3-yard pieces, so it's 108 by 108. But that means if you have a queen or maybe even a king, depending on what size your king quilt is, you don't have to piece your Minky backing to use Minky backing. So it comes like this. It is the I want to make sure I don't say this wrong. It looks to be like the C3 level. So it's not the longer, it's the C3. And like I said, it's in a multitude of colors. So it's 3 yards by 3 yards. It comes packaged like this because, again, they can't wind it without stretching it out weirdly, and it wouldn't stay on the bolts like they tried. I talked to them at Market about this. So we've got, this is a variant on this one. So it's sold 100, and then you have to put in what color you want. So the color choices are, oh, Terry from Michigan Terry, you have traveled so much this year, I feel like. You at another sort of retreat? But okay, so we've got, this one would be white. Let's see how I can get this. And navy. Their navy is not a really dark navy. It's a really pretty navy, but it's not like some navies are almost like a black. It is not that. We've got cardinal for those red fans in our life. Got cardinal. This Cuddle quilts up so beautifully on either on your domestic, or I mean, because you just kind of see, like, it's almost like an embossed look instead of seeing the thread. So you just kind of see the quilting pattern. Someone recently was talking to me about quilting. Oh, it was in my class today. I was trying to like place it, and they did it on their domestic in the hoop with Cuddle on the back, and it looks so awesome. You can see the designs, but it's not like in your face, so it's just kind of like an embossed look. It was so pretty. All right, black. Gotta have some black. They actually have like 7 colors. We've got 2 grays. There is charcoal and silver. So silver would be the lighter one. So just a really beautiful light gray. And charcoal would be the darker one. And it's not a really dark, like I always think of charcoal as, again, almost black. Their charcoal is not. Okay. And last but not least, we have any Baylor fans in the house? What other teams are green? Green. This one is Evergreen. It's called Evergreen. So, again, those are 108 by 108 cuts, no seam needed. you just slap it on your long arm, or you slap it on your domestic, and you just quilt away. So yeah, it wasn't available that wide until these came in, and I actually, like, I talked to them. What are you guys doing over there? Oh, Kim and Chris are going back and forth. Y'all are so funny. Okay, I don't know what you were talking about trimming. Listen, Chris, if we had to trim that one of yours, I think you should trim Kim's. Okay, Kim, you can pay me later. All right, so that is one of the brand new products from Cuddle, and it's like a totally thing they haven't had before. Yes, the Green Bay Packers are green and gold. Sorry. Yes, I love Cuddle. I guess Chris still isn't. Sorry, Kim. I tried. Okay, next we have a brand new kit from them, from Cuddle. And this one's so cute. So it's Kimberbell. It's called Felix the Fox, and you get enough fabric to make the sweet little fox and the quilt to go with it. And we just so might have a sample. Look how sweet that is. Look at his tail. Look at that, you guys. That is awesome. So Felix the Fox, and this is 43 by 29 is the blanket, and then the 12 inch, he's 12 inches. They called him a 12-inch buddy. I think Kimberbell has a way you can do this if you have an embroidery machine in the hoop. I don't know that for sure. I will check into that and let you guys know. But there is, I know that the little bear that they do have a embroidery version of it, which that's the way I would go on this one. But I know for sure, like, those little eyes and stuff are embroidered on. But all right, so that's a brand new kit, and guess what? It's actually almost cool enough, though it is warming up, though it's going to actually be cold here in a few days, like what we consider cold. Most of you probably don't consider it cold. We consider it cold. Definitely cooler than it was. Okay, that's sold 101. Sold 101 is Felix, and you have everything in here. Yes, you have even the backing for the blanket or the quilt in here. You can quilt it or you cannot quilt it, just depending on how you put it together. That's why they're calling it a blanket. So you have everything you need there except for like the stuffing and thread and a needle and something to sew with. All right, so that's sold 101. And those go together so fast. They're like a great gift type project. All right, Vivid Floral. So this is some of our Enda bolts. Vivid and Floral. This is a 1 7/8 yard piece. Look how gorgeous that is. Almost 2 yards of it. Not quite 2 yards. That is Jason's and Karen's, because he redid that whole line for Symposium. And then we've got a piece of Cave, or it's actually Brandon's, but it's Cave Collective, because he's kind of part of Cave. Boomers in Orange, 2 7/8 yard of this gorgeous print. Look at the orange. My nails I had them redone. They're like, I don't know, what color would you guys call that? It's a kind of a pinky orange. They glow in the dark. Of course they do. Because I don't know, that's kind of my thing. I don't know what my deal is with that, but they glow in the dark. And then I got my toes done in the same, not like this. They're like just all the orangey pink color coral. But it's too like bright to me to be called coral. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think it's called. All right, Chromatics Dotty and Fog. So this is just a great low volume. This is 1 5/8 yard piece. It's like the dots like fade in and out. That's really cool. And then I've got a little bit of Belux woven fusible. So this is comparable, though better than Mad Bees will tell you, than SF101. It's pre-shrunk. It's like, but it functions like SF101. So great for embroidery and stuff. This is a 1 1/4 yard piece to stabilize just a little bit. It's a woven, and it has one side fusible. Is it called Neon Numbskull? No, it's color 150. It wasn't Numbskull. There was a different name on it though, but it wasn't like a color name. All right, Bloomcore. Bloomcore. This is 1.5 yards in tinted blooms. Look how pretty that is. That would make a couple of really pretty pillowcases. And then we've got another Cafe. This one is actually Cafe. This is Cafe and Morse Co. This is from when he did that recoloring last, like December last year. So last piece of this, 1.25 yards of this. And then we've got Blooming Holidays small print, because look how tiny those poinsettias are. That piece is 1 3/8 yards, almost 1.5 yards. It does have gold metallic on it, but just pretty little poinsettias. Poinsettias. Should we have a debate on that? It's kind of hard to debate that in writing. All right, I've got the kit behind me. That's a Home of the Brave cuddle kit. We just got those back in stock. It is 58 by 68. It does not come with the backing. The larger kits, to keep the price down and to get it to all fit in a box, they don't have the backing in it, but we just got restocked on cuddle. Y'all, if you haven't been in since yesterday, we got a whole nother one of those cases worth of cuddle. We've got some new cuddle called Mist. It kind of looks like a suede look to it, but it's cuddle. And it's in multiple different colors. I got all the colors that they had. And it's 90 inches wide, so that's really nice. So you guys have to come see that, or look online if you're not close. But we can help you pick out a backing for this if you want to buy it, and just put a note in there and say, hey, before you ship, I need help with backing, or when I come to pick it up, I need help getting the backing for it. It does have everything in here for the top and binding, including this that's, you know, a cuddle panel, basically. It's a panel with the eagle on it. So that one goes together pretty quickly with the star. They do have the star is applique on. You're not piecing that. You're just sewing it on. It's knit, so it doesn't fray. So it's real easy to applique it on. All right, and then I've got Starry Chorus Quilt Kit. We had to do a little bit of patriotic on today. You know, next year is the 250th anniversary. It's also, apparently, if I heard the ad right, for the U.S. Post Office, because they want you to mail all the stuff through the U.S. Post Office. I guess that's why they're running an ad. I think it's their 250th also, because I think they said they were established in 1775. Anyways, this is Flanagan. Scott Flanagan. Sorry, I knew it was Scott too, and my brain could not say it. And it's called Celebrating 250 Years, and it's a strip roll, and then a few fabrics to make those stars right there. So just this quilt is, how big are you? 52 by 72. So good, like throw size, long throw size. So if you have a longer person in your life, a taller person in your life, a longer person in your life, yeah, it would be good. That sold $110 for the kit. And then for just the pattern, in case you want to do it, and you don't have to do it in patriotic, you want just the pattern, that is sold $111. I've got a couple of these patterns left. And again, you just need a strip roll of something, and then 2/3 yards for binding, and like a 1/4 yard, a 2/3 yard, and a 1/3 yard. And that's because he made it kind of the background scrappy. It looks like the star points are come from sorry, not the jelly rolls, the 2.5 inch strips. So, all right. Midnight Blue Cuddle. Ooh, we'll have to look for that and see if we've got Midnight Blue. All right, we have Sparklers. So this fun pattern. This one has 5 different sizes, everything from a baby crib 38 by 51 to a king, and it is fat quarter or half yard cut friendly for the blues and the reds that are in here. So if you have a bunch of fat quarters, or this would be a great one for the QOV group, because it is just great for fat quarters or half yards, kind of scrappy looking, looks awesome. And then So Sam like sent a list to Stella, so I never know what she's going to put. This is hanging up in our classroom. This is Let's Give 2021 a Whirl. This was, you know, we thought COVID was going to be over by 2021. It was not. But this was our mystery sew along, a pattern that I wrote. And it's just, it's fun. It goes together fast. I love pinwheels. Pinwheels are like my favorite shape. You can do it in, I did it in grunges and hung it on my fence. But you can do it in anything. It's like 3 fabrics, and it's not even a lot of 3 fabrics. 2 yards and 1 3/4 yards of fabric. And then we've got 2x4. We'll have a kit next week. We finally got these patterns in. We'll have a kit next week that has a different, it's totally different than this, but it uses this pattern because I recognize the way it goes together. There's 2 different sizes. It depends, and it gives you the instructions if you have a 2/3 yard panel or a 1 yard panel, and that's a very standard 2 standard sizes for panels. So it's really nice when the instructions give you for both sizes. So this one does give you for both sizes. So that's a great, if you've got some panels that you don't know what to do with, that's a great, I love that eagle panel. That's really awesome. And then we've got Happy 4th. This is Coach House Designs Happy 4th pattern. So it is, again, another one that is made around a panel. That's going to be a 2/3 yard panel that this one's for, I think. I'm trying to read it really quick. For blocks and borders, for blocks, for binding. Oh, panel. Oh, it just says 1 daisy white. I'm pretty sure that was a 2/3 yard panel. So you can use this for any panel that you have that's 2/3 yard, not a 1 yard one. And then Glorious and Free, another great panel one. And this one actually uses 2 different panels, but you could do anything in these corners. You could just do fabric there if you didn't have a second panel. So that one is in the size 72 by 83. So that's a really great size quilt. And then Liberty and Love. Now this one is a hand stitching, cottage stitches. This is for this portion of this. So it's just how to do the hand stitched part of this. And then this one is also Primrose, and this is Patriotic Picnic. We're really getting geared up for that 250 next year. So this one has it tells you the finished sizes and the size of Aida cloth to get, etc. on it. So it is Patriotic Picnic. Look how cute that is. Hand stitching as well. Everybody needs a little hand stitching project except for me. This is our row by row from a couple years ago, but very patriotic. It was kind of a combination of, it was Patriotic Texas row by row. It was a combination of patriotic, and then it's Georgetown's downtown, which is like a bunch of fun shops. And then you've got the veterans. Those are fused. So you just iron them on. And then you've got the poppies, because poppies are the flower of remembrance. So just a fun little banner that you can make, and then just put binding around it and hang it up somewhere in a skinnier space. And Bluebell, Jacqueline. Oh my gosh, did you guys see that a UPS flight tragically we just sent Jacqueline's 3 quilts on Monday via UPS. I was like, this morning when I saw that, I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm going to find the tracking numbers and looking it up, and it said they were out for delivery, so I think they weren't in there. But I can't even imagine, like, loss of life is horrible, but like the stuff that was in there too. Anyways, I don't know why I'm even talking about this, but yeah, I had a little bit of a panic. I don't know if you guys saw her gorgeous quilts over the last few weeks in here, but this is one. This is just the pattern. This is not the kit. This is the pattern. It is partially paper piece. It's more pieced the way it's done, but there is foundation papers in here for some of it. And then it does have the fabrics, but you could do bluebell in reds or purples or whatever color you wanted to do. All right. And then the last little pattern is another hand stitch one, America 1776 to 2026. So I guess the post office hit 250 this year and the US is hitting 250 next year. So this one is sold $121. It even has, I don't throw it. Really gotta throw it. It has the hoop in here. It has the Aida cloth. It has the floss and everything that you need. This one was made by Deb Strain. Or orange. Yeah, orange would be a good color, Becky, don't you think? I know that's what you're looking forward to. Okay. Star Spangled Quilt. This is a Moda kit, 67 by 77. Everything you need in here for the top and the binding, not the backing. Twin size-ish, almost twin size. Really long, large throw size. And then we've got red, white, and bloom. We're almost out of the patriotic. And then we have my favorite thing coming up that happens to debut November 21st. All right, red, white, and bloom. We've got some Deb Strain, right? Yep, Deb Strain, red, white, and blue layer cake, 10-inch squares. And then we actually have the panels that one pattern was for. Oh my gosh, we have a bunch of panels. So if you guys want to throw together a quick patriotic quilt for next year to have hanging around your house, I've got several different panels for you. The first one is sold $124, and it is the Stars and Stripes bag panel. So this one actually makes a bag. It has the instructions on it to make the bag. It has like, those are the straps. It has even like a little pocket that you can kind of make a label out of. And then that would be the front, and then you see how the other eagle's upside down, so it would actually be front and back. And like, I like to take these and actually line them. So you would need extra fabric to line it, but you can make it without lining. And it is like canvas. It's a little bit, yes, hi Brenda, how are you? I see like one little eye peeking around.
Tell Kathy from Washington I said hello.
Brenda says, Kathy from Washington, hello, but nobody else is she saying hi to, apparently.
Because last week Kathy called and wanted me to answer the phone, but I wasn't in here because I was down in the classroom.
Oh.
But she got her shirt. She ordered a t-shirt.
Oh, good. Perfect. Okay, so here is, this has 6 different panels on it within the panel that I would probably cut up and do something with. That is sold $125. And then we have, yeah, they leave while I'm in the middle of this live, like they take off out of here. They skedaddle. Sold $126 is this. Now this is a 2/3 yard panel. It's got 2 eagles on it. It's got one that is soaring. See him soaring? And then you've got the one that's just all regal and standing there. And then we've got red, white, and bloom pattern. So this panel, so this is Deb Strain's sweet little panel. It is a 2/3 yard panel, so that other pattern was for 2/3 yard, now that I know that I have it in my hands. So, oh, she heard you, Brenda. Oh, Caitlin Turner says hi. Oh, and Jane says how rude. So there you go. Okay, now she says hi, all poppy people. All right, next, who knows what is coming out on November 21st? Okay. Good Together. I keep watching the little things. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with Wicked. So we have a fat quarter bundle, 8 SKUs. We also have a kit. 2 of these are not in the kit. 2 of these are not in the kit, but we've got the little bundle. it is debuting November 21st. If you're not in love with it, someone in your life is, you need to make them something wickedy. So we've got the fat quarter bundle. We have the yardage too. So that's sold $128.
And it's super cute.
It is super cute. And then this one is the Patrick. So the fabric is Patrick Lowe's Northcott. And then this is the kit so that you could make like a half and half quilt. This one is 72.5 by 96.5. So really good size. You could like expand on the borders to make it queen size easily. But you've got the pinks and then you've got the greens. Is that not gorgeous? Just a reminder, 10% of all of the sales tonight and online tonight are going to our Quilt Valor group to help them continue to make quilts to award for next year. And free shipping. Free shipping for everybody. Sold $128 is the fat quarters. Sold $129 is the kits. And then sold $130 is just the pattern. Like if you just wanted to do it out of your own pinks and greens, you could do that. There's a lot of cutting in that little kit there. Do you see all that? That's how many different fabrics are in there. But if you wanted to do it yourself, you could. The Wizard of Oz. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I really like it. Anyways, I can't wait to see the ending of it. I didn't like the book. I did force myself to, well, I listen to books. I don't read them. I did force myself to listen to the whole thing. I did not like the book, but the movie last year I really love. Actually, maybe I'll go home and watch it tonight. I keep meaning to watch it again. And then I can't wait for the final. All right, this collection comes next week. This is, we have a bunch of pre-cuts. We don't have all of them on the live. It was getting too long. So there, we've got the 10-inch squares. So French General, back to the kind of classics colors. Is Marsha on? Because this, I feel like, might speak to her a little bit. We were doing, oh, you guys want to see what we were doing today? I was playing with the Sashiko machine. It was so much fun. It's so much fun when it actually works. And I tried to play with it on retreat, but the person's needed to be adjusted, and so it didn't. The Sashiko is the little bit of quilting right there. But this is one of my sleeves. Y'all, I don't like bright. We went and got our toes done, me and my girls, yesterday, and they both get like this muted color, and I got this color on my toes. Look at this one. This is my other sleeve. So my sleeves are like very different. Oh, that's upside down. I wanted to use this new paper we got in that you makes chevron, basically, paper piece. So I did that down the center, and then I kind of, yeah, so this will be my sleeve. So it'll wrap around, and it'll be that running down my sleeve. I'm hoping that at least one of Michael's games will be cold enough to wear this sweatshirt too. All right. I've got the fat quarter bundle of the, I don't even know how to say the name of this collection, so we're just going to say it's the new French General collection. Look at all those gorgeous fabrics. The fabric itself, we will have some of the fabric on bolts. It won't be here till next week. We got the pre-cuts ahead, which is what's typically been happening with Moda. We've got the 5-inch squares. We have some other pre-cuts as well. So you can go online. It should be online. It's Joie. Just search that and it'll bring up all the different pre-cuts. It won't show the fabrics yet because they're not here yet. And then the kit is 64.5 by 80.5. Why do they do that? 64 by 80. Like, would you be really sad if it was half an inch more and it just said 60 by 80 on here? I don't think so. So 64 by 80. This includes the fabric for the top and the binding. Just a real simple but gorgeous quilt kit with that fabric line that I can't pronounce. Anybody have any guesses on that? I'm not French. I guess I should learn some French. Anyways. All right, some more endo bolts. And then I've got some more new stuff to show you guys. Shimmer, 7/8 of a yard. Are you working on any holiday stuff? Because this gorgeous print would be perfect for it. Shimmer in ivory. I've got 1-inch easy piecing grid. It's a 1 panel of it. It must have been like the end of a bolt. So this is 1-inch finished, which means your square should be 1.5 inch. If you've never used the easy piecing grid, I'll explain it some other time. It's really wonderful. Radiant Ombre in Midnight. So this is a newer fabric line that's just gorgeous, and it rainbow ombres. And the background is darker, so that's why it's in Midnight. We've got it in a couple different colorways. I just made a mess of that. Sold $137. Sold $138. This is just gorgeous. This is a batik. 2 3/8 yard. Look how pretty that is. So pretty. Batik. Sold $139. A little Texas shop hop fabric. This is 1 3/4 yard. This has Texas and patriotic and America flags and patriotic flags. Yeah. And then this looks like a bandana. This would be perfect. Bohemia. This is from the Bohemia line. Wouldn't that make a cute bandana for animal in your life? It looks very bohemian, don't you think? I crack myself up. All right, 7/8 of a yard of that. I think we usually do them, if you have a really big dog, you need bigger than a fat quarter, but we usually make them out of fat quarters, so there's plenty there for probably to make 2 of them. And then frosting, this is Pin Dot Daisy. So it's got little tiny daisies. Can you guys see that? Little tiny daisies and little bitty pin dots on it. This is a 1 2/3 yard piece of that. It's a white on white. All right, so we have new threads. They should be on the website now. If you're in our thread club, the thread club applies to it. It's Ceracore overlocker thread. So we have them in a million colors. I just wanted to talk about it. It's 50 weight. This is mainly used for sergers, but then we were using it with the Sashiko machine. I was using it with the Sashiko machine. Well, I was actually using Maxi Lock, but you can use it with the Sashiko. You can use it for other things. Usually serger thread is not the highest quality thread because when you put it through serger, you're using so many strands of thread. But it's 100% polyester, 50 weight Ceracore in about 50 different colors. I was going to say a million, but there's really not a million colors there. And we have a whole display and everything. Really awesome. And then we also got Metrosine. So we've got this little tiny little things. And we have these in, this one probably has like 100 different colors. I'm not sure, maybe more than that. But if you're needing, and it's a 50 weight polyester. Oh, Brenda loves the display.
I helped so many people find colors that they didn't think that they could find today. It was like Home Depot paint cards.
It was like Home Depot paint cards.
It was so exciting.
Brenda had a lot of fun matching thread for my class because we were using polyester thread to quilt with because polyester is stronger than cotton. You quilt with cotton and then you stretch it. It's going to stretch because it's a sweatshirt. You're going to pop your cotton. So I told them they had to use polyester for their quilting. And so they were able to pick from a million different colors. Not a million, sorry. It was like 150 different colors. All right. Getting into the holiday season, we got a refresh on the little things from Rachel's of Greenfield. Now these kits don't have a needle in them, but they have pretty much everything else you need to make it, including the batting is in here. You can't see on this. And like this one has like little bead noses, and those are in the package too. This is just a cute little hand that you can do some stitches. It has the floss to stitch down or do decorative stitches or whatever you want to do with it. It does have a pattern in here to do it like they've got it, or you can kind of embellish it however you want to embellish it. So we've got the gnomes wall hanging. That's sold $144. And then I've got the charcoal mittens, and we have a whole bunch more of these, but we just pulled a couple of them. So charcoal mittens. Now these are great for little, like to put gift cards or something. Like if you want to do gift cards, because what else do you buy the younger people in your life that they'll actually use? But you want to give them like a little something special. You can make six of them out of what's in this package to give with it. All right. We have, oh, Thomas and Friends is in the house. So I've got, what is this? Thomas and Friends Fat Quarter Bundle, 5 SKUs. So our little Fat Quarter Bundle of the different fabrics, Thomas and Friends. Oh, they're so sweet. And then you've got the color version that actually has him in different places. You've got kind of your icons of the train world. You've got this fun one that's is almost kind of like a train track map type thing. And then you've got this one that's got bigger pictures and postcards and all kinds of fun stuff with Thomas on it. So we've got yardage of this. We're showing in fat quarters, but we also have yardage. If you just want yardage of it, just go to our website and search Thomas the Ensign Friends. It's the 80th anniversary of Thomas and Friends. That's crazy that it's still like relevant, I guess, today. I don't know. And then we have this panel. Oh my gosh. Look at him. He looks he's always so happy. So we've got that panel that you could just, you know, I would just put some frames around it and some cuddle on the back and call it a day and make it a throw for watching TV with your favorite little one. All right, Quilt on the Farm, 500-piece jigsaw. So this is a new one. Quilt on the Farm, art by John Stewart. Does anybody know John Stewart? I bet everybody knows a John Stewart because that seems like a very common name. But Quilt on the Farm, 500-piece jigsaw puzzle. So hard enough, but not too hard, right? 500 pieces is a good amount when you've got all those colors and stuff in there. It's eco-friendly, soy-based inks, recycled board. All right, so we got this line-in of wide backs last week, and it was like the running joke for several days, and now I'm looking at the name of it, and I'm sorry, I'm laughing. All right, the name of it is You Damask. Yeah, ow. I just catapulted something down, sorry. Yeah. So why they named it that, I mean, it has a damask on it, but You Damask. You Damask. It's 118 inch, and we've got 3-yard cuts, but we also have it on the bolts. You can just go on our website and order some. I'm only showing you 2 of the colorways today. I think there was 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 different colorways of this, but of course I'm going to show you the patriotic one today because we are kind of leaning patriotic today. Look how gorgeous this is. Look how pretty. Can you guys see that? How it just kind of blends from the red to the blue. So pretty. So we've got that color. I'm going to show you a different colorway too. That's a 3. If you buy it right now on the live, that's a 3-yard piece. So you're going to get a 108 by 118. If you go online, you can buy a 2-yard piece or a 1.5 yard piece or a 2.5 yard piece or whatever you need for whatever you're doing. And then the other colorway is called Sepia. I mean, it's just the coloring is so pretty. It's kind of got like that old look to it. And I mean, look how pretty that is. And again, this is a 3-yard piece on the live, but we do have it on the bolt. You can go online or in store and buy it in different amounts. But we wanted to show it. Ooh, we have a new grab and go area. So like the cuddle that I showed you earlier, the 108 cuddle, that's in our grab and go wide back area. We also have started cutting some wide backs off. So if you're like in a hurry or whatever and you're coming through, they're just there because the other thing is I keep cutting these off to show them, and we don't always sell them, and so we needed a place to kind of put them until someone it's the right backing for them. And so we just made a grab and go wide back, and so they're 2 or 3 yard cuts of different wide backs that are just there ready for you to just grab, take it to the register, and check out with it. All right, my last little group of end of bolts. And then we have, I'll do the drawing and we will be done for today. Remember, 10% is going to QOV, so you guys spend some money. Sold 151. This is 108 inch, 1 yard piece of this really pretty fabric. End of bolts with the wide backs end up in weird, different, you'd have to, you could use that for borders or something. I think that would be a great use of that. So you'd have 36 inches by 108 inches. So that's a great size. And then you don't have to piece a border. You just cut it into, I mean, you could do up to, if it's 36 inches divided by 4, is what, 9? So you could do up to a 9-inch border with it, and have 4 sides up to 108 inches. All right, 108-inch packed cats. This one, we tried to get Patty to take it yesterday and she said no. Sold 152. I don't even know what size it is. It's about that size. Okay, it should say up in the description. Oh, there it is. There's the tag. Sorry, it blended. 1 1/8 yard. So this one's about 45 inches. Again, that would be, you could just take this and some black or bright colored minky and put them together and you'd have a quilt, like a throw quilt. I do not need to show you that one again. All right, quilting cuddle solid fuchsia. This is regular width, so 58/60, 1 1/2 yard piece of fuchsia, pretty in pink. Sold 154 is C390, so that's 90-inch cuddle. By 1 7/8 yards, so it's almost 72 minus like 4 inches, so 68 inches by 90 inches, so that's a really good size. Scarlet, a little red. It's a little bit red, just a wee bit red on that one. Sold 154. Sold 155. I guess we went through the cuddle, so we got so much cuddle that they would have, like, as they were going through, they would have like been pulling anything that was close to being done. 1.5 yards. This is also extra wide, so this is gonna be 54 inches by 90 inches of just black C390, so it's the 3mm pile cuddle. And then we've got the extra wide 1 1/3 yard, so 12 inches, 48 inches by 90 inches of, is this silver? Yeah, C390 silver. So just nice silver color. And then we've got sold 157. This is a smaller piece, so this would be great for a pillow or like the back of like throw pillows or something like that. It is extra wide, so you could get quite a bit by 18 inches. So you could actually make, like, if you just sew it together, you could make a pillowcase out of this. Actually, that would be a really long pillowcase. But you can make a pillowcase. 18, 19 inches about the right width for a pillowcase. And so you just sew it together along the edges, the 2 edges, and, well, right sides together, and then flip it out, and you've got a pillowcase for a regular pillow. That would be for like a king size pillow, or you'd have to cut it down, fold it over something. Luxe Caviar, one of the softest. So some of the cuddle, there's a whole education thing, but some of the cuddle, the hairs or the whatever you want to call those are finer, and so they're just that much softer, and hide is one of those. So you could just sit here. You could just hold this one. It would just make you like happy all the time. Sold 158. This one is 60 inches, so 7/8 yard by 60 inches. And then we have extra wide. Oh, here, green's back again. But this one's not 108. This one is emerald. They call this one emerald. Sold 159, C390 in 1.25 yards of green. Surely you have a green fan in your life. Gateway. I missed that last time. I don't know what I was thinking. Look, gateway colors right there. All right. All right, sold 159. That was my last. Yeah, they are great for stuffies. So yeah, please buy away and make stuffies out of them. That is a great use of those pieces. We also have in store some smaller pieces If you're ever looking, if you're a person that doesn't live here and you're looking for like smaller pieces of cuddle, just call us and we can look through what we've got, because we have remnants of cuddle from quilting t-shirt quilts and stuff, that is great for making stuffed animals. So let me go to the giveaway. If you weren't here at the beginning, we free shipping, 10% of tonight's sales through Comment Sold and through our website will go to our Quilt of Valor group. They're in need of batting at this point, so that's where I'm guessing this money is going. They can use it for whatever they want, but that's where I'm guessing it's going. And then let me, okay, it's telling me I have to switch to Michelle Bailey. I'm pretty sure I'm Michelle Bailey already. Continue as Michelle. Free shipping for the month of November and December, for everybody that is, for local people, we'd prefer you to come pick it up, please. We like to see your happy smiley faces. But, ooh, she did the comment thing in red, white, and blue today. I recommended that, but I forgot to go look at it to see how it looked. I was like, do it a different color. I'm tired of seeing the other color. Let's do it red, white, and blue for the QOV today. Next week, we will be out at the Field of Honor. If you have not been to the Field of Honor and you're anywhere in this area, Austin, Temple, Bastrop, you have to drive to Georgetown. Go to San Gabriel Park. There's 2,000 full-size American flags on display in the field. It is like the most beautiful thing you'll see. And there's some tents there, and we do award. So if you want to know when we're going to actually be awarding, send an email. If you're not already on our QOV email list, send an email to info@poppy and we'll get you when the times are that we're going to be out there awarding. You should come out and see one of these awarding. It's very touching. Every time we've done hundreds of these at this point, and probably more than that, and every time it gets me. Each person's unique. We do each person separately so that they get their time, and but it's a quick ceremony. It's like 5, 10, 15 minutes. It's not a really long thing. Okay, so Cindy Sharpnack, comment that you're here, but I'm gonna run it again. That is my mom. I will give her her $10 if she comments, but she is related to me, so I will pick somebody else too. We'll give two $10 away today because that's not necessarily fair, though I had nothing to do with it. It's a little app thing, but it doesn't happen often. Not often enough for her or my sister, or, you know, but if it's someone related to me, I'm going to pick another person too. So confirm, start. So hold on, because I'm running it to get another name as well. All right, Mom, you've got $10 Comment Sold cash coming your way. Judy, ooh, I don't want to butcher this last name. Leibfried. Judy, are you on? Please comment if you are. It's Lucky Wednesday. It is. That was Judy's comment. And yes, it's your Lucky Wednesday if you're on and comment that you are on. And then just in case she's not, I'm going to run again because there's like a delay. And so that way you guys don't have to stay here too long with me. Oh my goodness. Oh, there we go. Let's see if Judy commented. Oh, Judy's here. I don't even have to run it again. Woohoo! All right, Judy. Woohoo! Good job. All right. Well, I will add that to your account, Judy, as soon as I hang up here. Mom, you as well. And thank you all for joining us, and thank you for supporting our QOV group. And if you want to help, tomorrow is our Quilt of Valor meeting. They meet at the first Thursday of every month here for free. Please come by. There's always work to be done. Tomorrow, I think they will be counting quilts. We've been there's been such an army that has quilted quilts, bound quilts, washed quilts. I think Brenda washed like 10 today while she was working. Brenda and Jen and whoever else is out there, they were washing like maniacs, trying to get all these quilts washed and ready for the veterans next week. But come by the first Thursday of every month. We always love to have some support. We always have projects. We have prepackaged blocks you can make. We have prepackaged kits from blocks that were already made. We've got them packaged that you can just put it together in a top for us. Usually we have bindings, though right now I think all of them are done, and we have quilting that can be done. So if you can help and want to help, we are going to go through every quilt that we have over the next week, and we'll need more to keep awarding later this year and into the next year. So we appreciate any help that anyone can give. And I will see you guys again in a week from today. If not sooner, if you're local, come by and say hi. Bye, y'all.